Hey guys, it's Doona here. Thank you for joining me for our tutorial yoga class today. Today we're going to have fun and get upside down. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a headstand. So there are different variations of headstands. So the difference between a headstand versus, let's say, a tripod headstand or forearm stand is for headstand, your hands are interlaced. Okay, so if you're super new, this is your first time practicing a headstand, I do recommend using a wall or having a friend behind you. But I will say do not get too comfortable using the wall. I always tell my students to start off against the wall, but slowly start to walk away from the wall and trust yourself. Okay? Because the more you start to practice against the wall, the more you become dependent on it. And to be honest, it might take a little bit longer for you to practice the headstand away from the wall. Okay? So I'm going to actually teach you guys away from the wall. Okay? But if you're new to this, go against the wall. All right. So I'm going to show you how to set up the foundation. Okay? Now, what's going to be touching the floor is right on the top of your head, the flat area on the top of your head, okay? So you are not on your forehead. You're not right above the forehead. You're not on the back of the head. You're directly on the top of the head, okay? So once you interlace your fingers, your hands are going to be, your palms are going to be right behind your head with your elbows in, okay? So when you drop down, your elbows should not be out. They should be hugged in, okay? So now let's go ahead and get started right away. It might take few adjustments to get the right position, but you'll know what feels good for you, okay? So coming into your headstand, you're going to interlace your fingers. Drop the top of your head, okay? So kind of play around, kind of roll forward on top of your forehead. Obviously, this doesn't feel good for your shoulders or your neck. Keep rolling towards the top of your head. There's this area right above the forehead that shouldn't feel good or stable either. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. You're gonna find a flat area right on the top of the head, crown of the head. Okay? So now your hands with open palms interlaced. It's gonna be around the back of your head. Elbows again are in. From here, I want you to find your drishti and your breath. So focus on something on the floor that's not moving and keep your eyes locked there. So a headstand is a balancing pose. You do want to focus on your gaze. Okay? From here, once you bring your elbows in, you want to slightly, so this is not required, but I like to do it. If you place your forearms on top of the mat and you press your elbows slightly out, you're going to feel a slight lock. Your skin is going to lock the mat. Okay? So you're going to kind of play around. So if you kind of see my forearms are kind of moving back in and out, you're going to plant the elbows, your forearm. And it's going to be the side of the forearm, okay? And then you're going to press your elbows and your forearms out, and you're going to feel a lock, okay? So I want you to find that connection, okay? Once you're there, lift your shoulders up, okay? So I'm going to kind of face this way so you can see it again, okay? Once your forearms are down, you're going to peel your elbows slightly out, so you're going to feel a lock of your skin. Then, without your shoulders into the ears, you're going to lift your shoulders up away from the ears. So do you see how much space I've created between my ears and shoulders? And that way, the back of my neck is long. So I'm not just dumping my shoulders down. All right.
There's a lot going on already. All right. So once you find that foundation, find your gaze. Lift your shoulders up. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees. From here, you're going to walk your feet forward as close to your face as you can. Okay? So now, from here, if you want, just bend one knee into your chest and just take baby hops. So just lift the left foot, baby hops, and just feel it out. Switch sides. Bend your left knee. Keep lifting the shoulders. Baby hops. Baby hops. Baby hops. Okay? Now, once you feel comfortable, switch sides. And then as you baby hop, lean your hips over your shoulders. Keep leaning forward and try to bring your knee into your chest, or rather your heel into your chest. You might have to do some baby hops, baby hops, baby hops. Okay? Other side. Bend your left knee. So your left heel is glued to your glute. Lift your shoulders. Kick your right heel up. Baby hops, okay? So now, once your hips are over shoulders and both knees are hugged into your chest, this is your first headstand. I would just practice this if you are brand new to a headstand, holding here for a couple breaths. Now, to get out of it, it's as important as you get up. You want to get out of it as mindfully as you can. You don't want to lift your head up yet. You're going to keep your head down and come into embryo pose.
Okay, so that's layer 1. That was a lot. You should feel a lot on your shoulder area, which is building lots of strength and stability, and also a lot of core strength. Okay, so now we're going to try to straighten our legs. So the reason why we want to walk our feet close to our face as much as we can is because as we lift our hips over our shoulders, we want to be able to use the strength of our core to lift us up. Okay, so I'll show you the difference.
So if your feet's way up here, you're going to have to use way more momentum. You see that? There's more kicking, more momentum. But the goal is to use your strength and use little momentum. You see the difference? Good. Okay, so now, once your knees are into your chest and you feel pretty comfortable, just start to straighten out one leg. Just one leg. I always like to point my toes to keep my legs active. Once you feel comfortable there, maybe start to straighten out the other leg. Big toes to touch. Squeeze your ankles together. Tuck your tailbone. Activate your glutes and quads. Okay, so tucking of the tailbone is a little confusing, so I want you to just focus on lengthening the tailbone. Draw the belly in. Draw the front ribs in. Lift your shoulders. Okay, when you get out of it, one knee into your chest or maybe two. Drop your toes. Come into embryo pose. Relax your shoulders. You never want to just shoot your head up, especially because all the blood's flowing into your head. And the last thing you want to do is rise up fast, or else you're going to get really lightheaded. All right, friends. So once you start to practice that against the wall, again, I do recommend trying that away from the wall. Now I'm going to show you how to fall out of it. Okay? So once you feel pretty ready to get into headstand away from the wall, there's still going to be a chance that you fall. The last thing I want you to do is obviously freak out, and I know it's a lot easier said than done, but once you're up there and you start to fall, your body will naturally want to do a somersault, and that's the best way, okay? So you don't want to. When you fall, let's say you're all the way up, you don't want to fall over to the right or the left. Okay, so you don't want to like tilt. You want to just be able to kind of fall back and then keep your head tucked into your chest, and you're going to do like a somersault. Okay,
So it happens all the time in class. I see it all the time. It's happened to me. I promise you're not going to hurt yourself. Just try to stay calm, okay? Try to move any blocks or anything away from you, in front of you, so that if you do fall, you don't land on anything hard. And remember, it's just about practice. So a headstand is all about strengthening the core. It's about building stability in your upper body, your hips, creating that strength in your legs. It's a whole body strengthening pose, okay? It's also a balance, and it does require a lot of breathing. So if you haven't watched Monday's class on yoga for strengthening, I would highly follow that class first, as we work a lot into building muscles in our upper back, shoulders, arms, and core, which is going to help you set it up for this headstand. All right? If you have any questions, please comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.